your girl Cha Cha reporting live from the Money Mantra, and we are back with another Forex education video. I created this channel to help as many people as possible become independent and profitable traders. So if that sounds like you, you are in the right place at the right time. So welcome or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, I encourage you to explore some of the other videos that I have because there are over 400 quick videos on all types of topics that I see traders struggle with on the daily basis. One of my favorite types of videos to make and one of the most popular types of videos on this channel are my trade breakdowns because I'm going through the exact process that I use and that I teach within the Money Mantra Academy, and I'm showing you how the trade played out. Now, in today's trade breakdown, we're going to be talking about this Euro USD sell that happened so far this week. It is only Tuesday, so anything can happen, but I posted this trade idea on Sunday. Sundays are typically when I start my trading week. Once the market is freshly open, I like to see what's happening. And if there is opportunity, I'll take it. But if it's not, of course, I'll just wait until Monday. Now, on this particular Sunday, I wanted to get into Euro USD for a sell. And the reason why I chose to do this, the main reason why I chose to do this, even though we are going to go through my entire process, is because on Friday, there was a huge blue candle that we can see here. And this was from news. Whenever Jerome Powell speaks, you guys should always expect the market to really move. He really is a market maker just by the announcements. So you can always go to forexfactory.com or whichever news site that you use to see what's happening and how that can influence your trades. So because of this big blue candle, I knew that there was going to be a gap to fill. So I decided to get in for a sell with the stop loss being right above the previous high. As we can see, the high was 1.17427. My stop loss that I recommended was 1.17450. And then I did give two TPs that my students could target. I like to post trade ideas throughout the week so that my community is learning and earning at the same time. So if you are interested in trading with me more or just having access to have your questions answered, the information to join me is down below in the description box. So we're going to open up this trade, get a little bit more details. Then we're going to head over to TradingView for the full breakdown. So I posted this on August 24th, 2025, and it was around 8:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am on the East Coast in New Jersey. So I'm actually going to click the little calendar icon at the bottom of my screen. I'm going to find August 24th, and I'm going to get as close to 8 p.m. as possible. I love that TradingView has this feature because it makes it really easy to backtest, right? So we can see that it took us here. Now let's just go ahead and add a vertical line. TradingView does have so many features that you can use, even if you are on a basic plan. So you don't have to worry about breaking the bank in order to do some really nice trading. So this was our starting candle. And the reason why I decided to take this trade, let's just continue to go through my checklist. So the first thing that I do for every single trade is I'm always going to mark previous support and resistance because once I decide if I'm going to buy or sell, these areas are going to be what's going to guide my stop loss and my take profits. So as you can see here, we do have a previous level of resistance marked. We know that this is an area of resistance or a key level we want to pay attention to because we can clearly see that the market came to this level before and then it sold, right? And it wasn't a small sell. We can actually see that this was a pivotal moment in the chart and the market has been selling ever since. So any pivotal places that you see like that, you are going to want to mark up. If you see that the market was buying for some time and then it has a hard stop followed by a sell, this is known as an area of resistance. If you see that the market has come down to a place before after a sell and it hits a hard stop, that is going to be known as an area of support once you don't see the market going any lower. Now, in this particular case, it was a little bit special because we do have this huge blue candle here. And whenever you see a really big candle like that, there 9 times out of 10, the market is going to have to come back down and correct itself because no buyers had the opportunity to get in from here to here simply because the market moved extremely fast. So there's always going to be some type of correction when you see something like that. So that added a little bit more like cushion to my analysis. And I also just marked up this previous high, right, as my previous area of support using this blue candle as a guide and setting my TPs and ways to essentially fill that gap. And that's why you see these lines here, right? Because I'm just marking them where the market could come back down to based on that gap. I'm pretty sure if we were to zoom out, we will be able to see that this is a significant area of resistance, making this another key level. So the goal is just to mark up the key levels that you see. And then after you go through your confirmation checklist, you can decipher if you are buying or selling in that trade. So I marked up my previous areas of support and resistance. Now, the next thing that you want to do is you want to figure out which side in the market has the most momentum or where is that momentum building. And what I mean by this is the candles on the chart are there for a reason. Everything on your chart should help you put the story together as to what the market's doing, where has it been, where does it have the potential to go. So if we look directly to the left of where our entry candle was, we can see that the buyers had a lot of steam and a lot of momentum in the market. And we know this because these blue candles are strong. That tell us that price was consistently pushing higher and higher and higher. But what we eventually see happen is that the blue candles are starting to lose some of that volume, and we see that the power is literally shifting to the sellers, right? And we notice this shift because the blue candles are getting smaller, telling us that buyers are losing momentum. Simultaneously, the red candles are picking up in volume, letting us know that the seller's power is increasing in the market. So if you look directly to the left of what's happening on the candle that you want to enter on, or when you're doing your analysis, we can see that for a couple of hours, right, or from the previous week, the sellers had already been picking up steam on Euro USD, right? And we add this together with this correction that has to happen. So far, we have two strong confirmations for the sell. Now, if you are new here, I do like to just keep a visual tally of the confirmations that I have. So we set our support and resistance. We can see that the market previously rejected and hasn't gotten high again. So we can go ahead and give a confirmation to the sellers. The second confirmation or question is which side is picking up momentum? And we can again see that that is the sellers. Now, the third confirmations that we're going to go into are all going to be found on our stochastic. Simply put, if the stochastic is facing down, we want to look for a sell. If the orange line is on top, we're going to look for a sell. And if the stochastic has crossed any one of these key levels, right, we have the 20, the 50, and the 80, that's going to also help us determine if we should be buying or selling. So at the point where we entered the market, we can see that the stochastic was facing down. We can see that the orange line was on top and it was clearly below the 20. Now, the best time to actually enter for a sell would be once the stochastic crosses below 80. But if you happen to miss that opportunity, you can ask yourself, has it crossed below 50 or has it crossed below 20? And those can be two additional confirmation questions. So I do have five strong confirmations for a sell, and I have zero for a buy, making this a really good sell opportunity. And this is what led me to take that trade idea. Again, I used a previous low, right? This was a previous low. I used that for my first TP, and then I had another TP at, let's move this line to 11640, right? And then ultimately the possibility of the market coming back down to 11620. So although I only listed two TPs, I always encourage my students to do the same exact thing that I'm showing you now. Just look at those previous levels of support and resistance. This is a little bit of a special case only because we are just trying to fill in the gap on that candle. So I did the top of the candle, around the middle of the candle, and somewhere near the previous area of resistance. And we can just see, right, our stop loss was at a previous high. Based on all of our other sell confirmations, the market never even came back up here. So that was a good sign already. I love when we have a great entry with minimal drawdown. As the market continued to move on, it eventually hit that first TP and it continued to sell, right? So this trade actually hit all the TPs. This was our entry. These were the two listed TPs, and it even came down and hit an additional TP. So if anybody took this trade idea or if anybody has been following my strategy, this would have been a profitable trade. So this was the second trade that I posted of the week. The first one was a gold trade for a short sell, and I believe that that trade hit TP as well. So far we are 2 and 0 for the week and a little bit more if you break it down by TPs. So I hope that this video was helpful. If you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel. You can view my real wins and losses playlist. I post almost all of my trades there. And if you have any questions about my strategy or you like to connect with me outside of YouTube, you can leave me a comment down below or check out any of the links in the description box. But that's really all I have for you guys today. Until next time, rich friends.